community.
Welcome to your Hometown News. I'm April Frelke with my co-host Nick Kaufman and special guest Tomah High School Principal Robert Joyce, and we will be talking about the new school year. So welcome. Principal Joyce.
Thank you for having me. Appreciate it.
Oh yeah, be a pleasure. We'll chat with you in a minute.
Yeah.
Hey, you already started school a couple of days ago, didn't you?
Well, yes, in Boston.
Are you masking up?
We are masks. Yes, we wear masks all day long. The mask mandate.
Yeah. Is it really different?
Yeah, it is. It is. It's different. You know, you walk around and all you see is the children's eyes.
Oh.
You know, you don't see their So I'm waving to them as I walk by because you don't know.
They could be chewing gum and stuff, and you wouldn't.
Nick, I never even thought of that.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, right.
Well,
what do we got going?
the Connect 24 is brought to you by Oakdale Credit Union, Molter's Fresh Market in Tomah, Hardware Hank in New Lisbon, and Easier Living Consultants in Camp Douglas. And before we get to our interview with Robert, one of our sponsors is having an anniversary. Molter's Fresh Market is celebrating their first year in our community, and you can be part of the celebration starting September 7th through the 13th with a pig roast and a produce sidewalk sale on Saturday, September 12th. There's also going to be a chance to win a number of Molter's gift cards, four for $50 gift cards and two $100 gift cards. So get out down there and join in the pig roast. And you know, Nick, Mark Molter is from Texas.
I knew that. You know how I knew that?
How'd you know that?
Well, I was getting boxes for our upcoming move, okay, and I called up Molter's, and they were very generous about it. And who comes pushing out a whole cart of boxes, okay, is the owner. And we chit-chatted, and he told us that he was moving up from there. And yeah, so I met him, and I got my boxes, and it was fun. It was nice.
That's really great. That's so neat.
He's a nice guy. You'll all see him in a couple of minutes. Right.
That's right. Well, Nick.
Well, due to the overwhelming interest, appointments for the September 24th Tomah Health Anniversary Blood Center blood drive are full. Okay, get that? They're full now. Donors who have already registered for the drive should note that the location for the event has been moved to the Gold Recreation Building at Recreation Park in Tomah. And that's, of course, at 1625 Butts Avenue. Please watch for the directional signals the day of the drive. Regretfully, no walk-ins will be accepted because of the continued high interest in Tomah Health blood drives. Okay, and at that point, officials are looking to hold 2 days events for future drives because of this interest. And now to our interview with Robert Joyce. President Joyce.
All right.
Take it on. Principal.
President.
Wow.
I almost did that. Yeah, principal.
I'm not ready for that.
So
step.
how,
not ready for that step yet?
Not ready for that.
How are things going in Tomah for the high school?
Going really well. It's great being able to have students back into the building. Just having life back in the building in general has been great. And we've had a lot of anxiety. I think many of our students, our staff, our community, of what it's going to look like when students come back. And it was nice to finally get back and see that we were able to do this and able to do it in a safe manner. And a lot of the planning that we put into place over the summer seemed to work out pretty well. So there's still some glitches that we're working through this first week, but by and large, every day gets better and better.
You know, the news talks an awful lot about the anxiety about the teachers, okay? So it sounds like you've all tried to work through most of that, but as they came in, were they okay?
Absolutely, and I'll tell you, our teachers have been amazing. I haven't heard any of them that were reluctant to coming back. They saw the things that were put in place to try and make sure that they were safe, but also our students and family members coming into the building are safe too, and so overwhelmingly, our teachers have been just excited about getting back to work with the students and just building those connections again. It's been so long.
How about the parents? Have you been sending a lot of notes home, or you intend to do that? Or what are the parents expected to do,
That's a great
prepare
question,
for,
Nick.
or do whatever?
Well, yes, we've been in contact throughout the summer as we had information to be able to give. We gave that information because I think a lot of parents wanted to make sure that they could start to prepare and give and develop plans for themselves, for their families, but also just helping to walk their own children children through what school's going to look like coming up. And so I would say, depending on when it was, but beginning in July, we probably sent out messages about once every week, every other week. And as we get closer to the start of the school year, it was even more frequent.
And then are you asking parents to do things health-wise with the kids, like before they come in, screen them? Is there any of this screening for temperatures or things like that going on?
Yep, our students will do, or our families do self-checks at home. And so we gave them a list of different things that they would be looking for, and if they have any of these things, which would be symptoms of COVID, then they would notify the school, and we would ask them to keep their child home. And obviously, if they're everything's good, then we welcome them into the school.
Wow.
What are some specific strategies that you're using at the high school? Are you doing the hybrid schedule? Do you have half the group there and half on another day, or what are some of the kind of the details?
Just because of the size of the school, and just trying to make sure that we could start safely, and then and see how we reevaluate going forward once we can have a safe entry plan. We decided to do the hybrid because that way we can take our class sizes down to half. We can take our school down to half, and therefore just even the traffic in the halls and passing, those sorts of things, it would allow us to do that and allow us to have smaller cohorts. So just to be able to manage.
Kind of reducing your number so there's less likely of that getting in your 6-foot space.
Yes, absolutely.
So that's what, half the kids at any one time? Is that it? Or?
Yes, well, right now we're at about 80% of our students are coming in as a blended, so that means that they're coming 2 days a week, and then 3 days a week they're working virtually. About 20% are completely virtual. So just in that alone, we were around 950 for students, and so you cut that.
Sure.
We would cut that 80% of 950 in half, and that's what we have on a given day in the building.
How do you interface with the health authorities? I mean, you must have a nurse, of course, a school nurse or whatever.
Yeah, we have a phenomenal school nurse who's been working very closely with the local health department. And we run so many different things through her questions, and she does a lot of the research on for us, and just making sure that we have the information we need to make good decisions on what our practices are going to be to make sure that students are safe.
Yeah, I would imagine that you've got to look to the health department to project if there's something that's going to be going on. How long do you think this is going to go on?
Oh.
There's no answer to that question.
No, but I'm sure the discussions must have some kind of a range of, look, worst case, 2 years from now or something like that, and best case maybe 3 months from now.
Can I ask a different question? We have a minute left because I'm really curious. How are the students interacting with each other? What are you noticing about them?
The students. Again, it's good to be able to have them back. Right now we have students where they're getting to their designated spots in a relatively quick time, so that way we can reduce any kind of gathering. And so our gathering is within our classroom, so that way they do have interaction again, and that's going very well. It's difficult because our lunches are in the classroom right now to be able to start the year, but that's actually been pretty nice because I think it's reduced a lot of anxiety for a number of our students, because trying to figure out where you're going to eat lunch and who you're going to eat lunch with on that first day, and inadvertently it's really helped us to provide more of a welcoming environment just with those transitional pieces. That this actually worked out pretty well. But getting back to your earlier question, obviously what we did is we built a plan that we feel with the schedule that we created, we can go from being blended right now. If we had to go home to do all virtual, we can do that, and then we could go back to full time, and it would be relatively seamless with what we've done. So we tried to prep for
the worst case,
whatever will come.
Thank you so much for coming in and taking time to talk about how school's going.
Yes, thank you for having us. Thank you.
Catering for cast and crew has been provided by Marco's Italian and American Grill in Warrens. Great food with a fun and relaxing atmosphere at Marco's. Up next, our good friend Mary Kay from the United Way. Stay tuned.
At Molter's Fresh Market, we're in this together. We're working hard to keep our shelves stocked and our prices low. Molter's is buying truckloads of things you need every day, like pallets of bottled water, a truckload of toilet paper, even pallets of charcoal for your summertime barbecues. It's time to head to Molter's Fresh Market, stocking up so you can save.
My name is Katie Shute, and I have lived in the Tomah area all my life. I had knee replacement and needed to be in a wheelchair for a while. So when I needed my wheelchair ramp, I thought of Easier Living Consultants right away. The whole thing was done within a couple of days. I would definitely recommend Easier Living Consultants for any project you have. It met up to my expectations and even exceeded them.
The Oakdale Credit Union has spent decades serving Oakdale, Mauston, and Reedsburg. From comprehensive financial services to reliable mortgage loans, we strive to provide unparalleled care.
I like the warm and friendly atmosphere each and every time I come in. The staff is very knowledgeable and truly cares about its members.
Come and learn more about the Oakdale Credit Union, where we treat you like a member of the family.
Do you have one of those things that makes spray painting easy?
You're talking about one of these, the easy way to do it. Hi, can I help you?
Hi, do you have one of those shower extenders?
Sure do, right here. Hey there.
Hi, do you have a saw that saws everything?
Sure do, right here.
You got a lot more going for you with Hank, Hardware Hank.
Relax at Marco's Italian and American Grill in Warrens, Wisconsin.
I'm Major John Judy Hudock, United States Marine Corps. This is Lynxx 24 connecting you to the community.
ALICE is an acronym for Asset, Limited, Income, Constrained, Employed, describing households that earn more than the federal poverty level, but less than the basic cost of living. The bare minimum cost to live and work in the modern economy includes housing, childcare, food, transportation, healthcare, technology like a smartphone plan, and taxes. It does not include savings for emergencies or future goals like college or retirement. We have Mary Kay from the Great Rivers United Way on Zoom to share the ALICE numbers for Monroe County. Welcome, Mary Kay. Glad to have you with Nick and I tonight.
Welcome, Mary Kay. It's good to see you.
Hi, Nick.
How are you doing?
I'm good. Thanks for having me on tonight.
You are very welcome. Listen, why don't you go over with us how the numbers have changed since last year so viewers can get an idea of where we're at on that.
Just a couple of details about the data. We commission this report every 2 years. So the comparison will actually be from 2016 to 2018. And that sounds bad that data is 2 years old, but that's how data works. Is really that's about the only way for us to gather it all and analyze it. It's about a 2-year lag. So anything that I share with you is obviously going to be pre-pandemic.
Oh, okay.
So just as an example, I mean, there's good news, right? So the city of Tomah in 2016 had 24% of households living in at the ALICE threshold or below. So that means anybody that had trouble paying their bills at those things you listed off, April, and then below the poverty line. So it was at 24% in 2016. In 2018, the report showed that Tomah had gone in the right direction, where there was 23% of households in a combined ALICE and below. So that's good.
That was good, yeah.
Yeah, the bad part here is it's getting obviously more and more expensive to just have that survival budget. So in 2018, the report shared that a family of 4 needed $59,940 coming into that household just to survive.
So almost $60,000, really?
Yeah, $60,000.
$60,000.
$60,000 for that household to really pay everything that is that survival budget. Now, I'm sorry, I just gave you the wrong number. So that was in 2016. In 2018, then the current report, it's actually up to $65,000.
Oh, wow.
So costs are going up quite a bit. And what happens in the ALICE population is that most of the people that live in that category are doing jobs that pay less than $20 an hour. And so those wages have stagnated. So costs are going up, and wages are staying flat. But I can give you, again, in Monroe County, the difference between, I'm going to go way back to 2010, the difference being that there was 23% living in that Alice or below, and this is the whole county of Monroe now, and currently the report says 20%. So before the pandemic, there was incremental decrease in people who are living at that Alice threshold and below.
Okay. So how is that affecting right now your funding and your campaign, Mary Kay? We've got about a minute and a half left.
Okay. So right now our campaign has been all about emergency response to COVID. So we had a very big campaign to help people who were having significant crisis with COVID. People in Alice live paycheck to paycheck, and one crisis away from falling into poverty. I can safely say that the pandemic has proven to be that one crisis. But now we're getting into that programming that we fund all the time for Families First, Coolie Cap, Boys and Girls Club. And so we're looking to raise money now to keep that programming going that was helping the Alice population even before the pandemic. So we're kicking that off in September, and we're looking for help in that fundraising effort.
Wow, $65,000 for, is that a family of 4?
Mm-hmm. That is a family of 4. Now, that's preschoolers that require childcare. And as you know, childcare is extremely expensive.
Sure. What's the national poverty level?
The national poverty, I can tell you the state of Wisconsin, right off the top here. In Wisconsin, it's actually 23% that live at Alice or below. So Monroe County is doing better than the overall state of Wisconsin right now.
That's good news, I guess.
Well, Mary Kay, we have to wrap it up. Anything real quick about fundraising or that our viewers would need to know about giving in like 20 seconds?
20 seconds, just give us a shout out at www.gruw.org to find out how to donate online. We need help from Monroe County residents to help Monroe County nonprofits. So that's all I would say right now. Thanks.
Thank you for taking time to be with us.
Thank you.
Thank you. Up next, we have Mark Chu, Matt Buswell, Mark Molter with a community challenge for you. Stay tuned.
At Tomah Health, we're keeping you safe while resuming expanded healthcare services.
I'm Shelley Eggstead, Quality Services Director at Tomah Health. Quality has always been a priority, and it's been part of our mission.
Our staff is taking extra precautions, like offering video visit, virus screening, social distancing, and rigorous disinfecting protocols to provide continuing care.
For more information or to schedule an appointment, visit tomahhealth.org.
Molter's family-owned store brings you fresh. Feel healthy with a wide selection of organic foods, gluten-free products, certified Black Angus beef, and handmade brats. Molter's has a great selection of meats, so choosing can be tough. Just ask our butcher to help you make the perfect selection. Molter's brings you fresh-packed deli meals for those on the go. And of course, our fresh market. Download our mobile app and start saving money today. Molter's brings you fresh.
My name is Katie Shute, and I have lived in the Tomah area all my life. I had knee replacement and needed to be in a wheelchair for a while. So when I needed my wheelchair ramp, I thought of Easier Living Consultants right away. The whole thing was done within a couple of days. I would definitely recommend Easier Living Consultants for any project you have. It met up to my expectations and even exceeded them.
Trolls World Tour is coming to your home.
Ow! Road trip!
Now you can make movie night a world premiere. Boom.
Happy birthday! Come on, just sing! I'll tell you what I want, what I really, really want. So who let the dogs out?
I knew it. Who let the dogs out? Too far.
Trolls World Tour, premiering at home. Watch now.
I'm Nora Collins. You're watching Lynxx 24, connecting you to the community.
The Town of Lincoln Fire Department is having their first annual golf tournament, and we have the organizer for the event, Mark Chu, and the Town of Lincoln Fire Chief, Mike Morphy, with some of the event sponsors. And we have Mark Molter from Molter's Fresh Market and Buswell from an All-American Lumber. So welcome everyone to Lynxx 24 and the big golf outing. And Nick, you got the first question from the guys.
Do I really?
Yes, you do.
Listen, any time's a good time for golf, but on this particular occasion, why are we doing a tournament? Somebody tell me why.
Well, we didn't have a Cranberry Fest this year. So
good.
Majority of the help support the community's Cranberry Fest, and the fire department got a lot, good amount proceed of it. But this year they didn't have any of that, so we decided to community get together and see what they need.
Whose idea was this?
All of us.
It was an all of us idea. Excellent, very good. Well, so usually it's somebody. Now you guys are going to get the benefit of this, right?
Correct.
Okay, good. And this is the first time that you've done this.
Correct.
Are you a little apprehensive?
I was at the beginning. Mark had it all sewed up so nice and neat that we knew we had to try.
Very good. So he kind of thought it through, and you guys are going to gratefully accept the money. Okay, good. Now, give us a little bit of details of the what, when, where, for. And then I'm going to have you guys actually shoot something here, okay, just to see if you're up to it.
Do you shoot the golf? Is that
shoot the golf thing. Absolutely, right.
Okay.
You bet.
The what, the when?
The details, I guess.
It's going to be September 14th, Hiawatha Golf Course.
Hiawatha Golf Course. Okay, good. In the morning, I would imagine. 18 holes?
18 hole, 1 o'clock shotgun.
1 o'clock shotgun, excellent. And how much?
It's $75 a person, so $300 a team, and that's including lunch, dinner, beer, wine.
Gifts?
Gifts.
Very good.
The whole 9 yards.
Very good.
The
Okay.
whole golf outing.
Okay.
So,
well,
can I ask the chief of the fire department, what is the money going to be going for? I mean, you have some specific needs at the fire department I'm aware of.
We've got outdated PPE, so self-contained breathing apparatuses. We're out of date. We've applied for grants and so far haven't been accepted. So what we're looking to spend is about $200,000.
Okay, so what a great cause then. So for our viewers to get out there and get to the golf outing to support the fire department and their equipment needs.
Yep, and we're lucky enough to have All American and Mark Molter Supermarket. They were our major corporate sponsors to help us out with this.
Right.
So.
Yeah. Well, what prompted you guys to come forward and do that?
Well, Mark reached out to us, and we're a small company, family oriented, very much involved in the communities, and so any chance we see an opportunity like this to help out a good cause, we jump on it.
Excellent. Thanks. Mark, would you like to comment on that as well?
Yes, I'd like to kind of echo Matt's commentary. That's the same way we feel, and it's just great that we're able to support all these people in the community, whether it be EMS or the fire department, that put so much on the line to take care of us every day and make our community safe. And we've got to support them and give them the tools and the funding necessary to keep that going, because that's what makes Tomah and us in the surrounding area a great place to be.
Great. And boxes to Nick, even, sponsoring you.
What is that? What did I do?
Give you some cardboard boxes for a movie. Okay,
Oh, absolutely.
let's get to golf.
That's right. Mark's going to show us here a little bit about his putting, and I will hand the second putter off to the American guys over here.
American guys?
Yeah, right. And right. Very good. Very good.
But you made him mess up. See?
Are there some other tournaments that go on in the community here? Golf tournaments. I'm not familiar with any of them.
No.
So this is actually kind of a rare deal.
Yeah.
Yes. And are we on now?
Well, sure we are.
Yes.
Okay. You know what we do is we got great response from the golf right now. We have over 26 foursome. And,
for this going?
Yeah, 26 foursome, and we also have over 18,000 pledge already from the community.
You really?
Yeah, and then if you want to come for dinner only, it's $25, and you walk in the way checkout to Town of Lincoln Fire Department. It's 100% tax write-off, and you can come that day and support us.
When did you start rounding up the players and the teams?
We market it and we let people know.
How long have you been at it?
Okay, well we need to wrap up. Where can our viewers find out any more information, Mark, on the golf outing?
Probably do is call the restaurant.
Hey, we got a hole in one. Very good.
Nice job, man.
Was that your first or second shot?
That's second shot.
Excellent. Very good. Okay. Hey, that's nice. And that was. Did we get that recorded? Okay, that was excellent.
Well, thank you guys for coming in. And Moments in History with Nick Kaufman is up next.
Molter's family-owned store brings you fresh. Feel healthy with a wide selection of organic foods, gluten-free products, certified Black Angus beef, and handmade brats. Molter's has a great selection of meats, so choosing can be tough. Just ask our butcher to help you make the perfect selection. Molter's brings you fresh-packed deli meals for those on the go. And of course, our fresh market. Download our mobile app and start saving money today. Molter's brings you fresh.
The Oakdale Credit Union has spent decades serving Oakdale, Mauston, and Reedsburg. From comprehensive financial services to reliable mortgage loans, we strive to provide unparalleled care.
I like the warm and friendly atmosphere each and every time I come in. The staff is very knowledgeable and truly cares about its members.
Come and learn more about the Oakdale Credit Union, where we treat you like a member of the family.
Do you have one of those things that makes spray painting easy?
You're talking about one of these, the easy way to do it. Hi, can I help you?
Hi, do you have one of those shower extenders?
Sure do, right here. Hey there.
Hi, do you have a saw that saws everything?
Sure do, right here.
You've got a lot more going for you with Hank, Hardware Hank.
At Tomah Health, we're keeping you safe while resuming expanded healthcare services.
I'm Shelley Eggstead, Quality Services Director at Tomah Health. Quality has always been a priority, and it's been part of our mission.
Our staff is taking extra precautions like offering video visit, virus screening, social distancing, and rigorous disinfecting protocols to provide continuing care.
For more information or to schedule an appointment, visit tomahhealth.org.
You are watching Lynxx 24, connecting you to your community.
It's time for Moments in History. Pretend you live in one of the American colonies in 1782, just 6 years after you declared independence from England. There you are. And you're still fighting the British. Now imagine it's today's date, September 3rd. Oops, it's not. Yesterday was September 2nd, but today is now September 14th. Now think about that for a minute. So 12 days have been hacked out of the calendar by decree. In the words of Ben Franklin at that time, he said, "It's a pleasure for an old man to be able to go to bed on September 2nd and not have to get up until the 14th. But it really happened, folks. So what was this all about? When the Julian calendar was developed by Julius Caesar about a couple thousand years ago, their calculations for the length of a year were off by about 12 minutes. Okay? Now that is, they calculated the time that the Earth goes around the sun to be 365 days and 6 hours. They were off by 12 minutes. Okay? No one kind of knew that, but over a few thousand years of 12 minutes, that adds up. And by 1582, when the Gregorian calendar came into being, they all looked and realized, hey, wait a minute. Okay, the authorities noted that the spring equinox was occurring 10 days ahead of the March 20 calendar date. What to do? Well, world authorities decided to just correct the current calendar and then add the leap year that we all know every 4 years to make up the difference. Okay, thus at midnight of September 2nd of 1792, the clock struck 12, and the next moment was September 14th, just like that. Not bad for having today's technology at their disposal. So there you go, the missing 12. And you know,
calendar days.
And you know,
love it.
And at that time there was actually calendar riots. Some people actually thought that their lives were being shortened, because you know, this is a couple hundred years ago. Sure. So people get kind of superstitious about that stuff, and they thought their lives were being shortened by those days.
Calendar riots.
Right? Can you imagine trying to pull that stuff up? We have trouble with daylight saving time now, with people, you know, grumbling one way or another. Yeah. So there you go. That was history.
That's a great history story, Nick, the calendar.
Yeah, thank you.
Well, we want to thank all of you for joining us this week on your Hometown News, where we're connecting you to the community.